Good Monday morning. It is October the 9th. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. As we begin this day together, I'm going to go ahead and call it cold. It's 43. Well, that is to me. For a lot of folks, that's short sleeve weather, but I'm a little bit on the cold-natured side these days. Our high should reach 80 today by it's said and done. We'll have your complete forecast up and coming, but a look at that shows us some dips and lows. We'll be into the 80s on Tuesdays and Friday, and then also the rest of the week will be into the 70s. So a little back and forth. And if you're getting ready to plant, you hadn't done it yet, you've got it broke up, waiting to spread your seed, do it by Wednesday. We've got a chance of rain Wednesday and Thursday and into Thursday night. A little bit there on Friday as well, so go ahead and get that in the ground. It's going to be your best chance to get it in before November. Get that planted and maybe it'll come up in time. Anyway, we hope so. How are you today? I hope everything is going well. A lot to discuss of what's going on around the world, the nation. We got some headlines for you. I hope you'll join us here in just a moment as we tell you about what we know that has gone on over the weekend in the last 24 hours. Also, as we begin today, 2 homes on fire in Meridian. Since around 4:30 this morning, we've had 2 abandoned homes burned to the ground. Fire investigators are on the scene. You can always lean toward homeless or something to that degree in these situations of people trying to keep warm. No one was in any of the homes that I'm aware of, so that is the good news that we can take away from this. We'll get into that at 7, so make sure you're here for local headlines beginning at 7 with the Scotty Ray Report. Good morning from Conahatta, Mark. Good to see you up and at 'em. Let's see, and yeah, your husband's going to plant, Charlotte said. It's a good thing. This is perfect weather for that. Let's see what else. What was I fixing to tell you? Seemed like there was school. School buses aren't rolling in most of the places. Now, here in America, this is Columbus Day. Let me back that up. Here in the South, it's Columbus Day. They've changed the name in other places and taken down statues of Columbus and called him all kinds of ugly names. That's what we know. Let's go to Collinsville now.
Newsflash, you are not the end-all be-all. Neither am I. We as individuals, we can't do it all. That's true in life, but that's especially true in the church. Some wise coach once said, there's no I in team. I mean, every single person is needed. For that reason, Apostle Paul encourages us in Romans 12 to not think of ourselves more highly than we ought. In church life, we're part of a team that God's put together to make a difference right where we live. He likens us all to a human body, which has different members, a foot, a leg, a hand, an arm, a head, and so forth. But they all work together to accomplish whatever the body needs to do. In the same way with the people of God, we all have different measures of faith and different gifting. Some are gifted with prophetic truth-saying, some acts of service, some teaching, some exhortation, some generosity, leadership, mercy, so on and so forth. We all use our different gifting in proportion to the measure of faith we've been given, but we all come together as one body for one purpose, and that is to propel the mission of Christ forward. So may we reject all notions that we don't need anybody to live out this Christian life. And may we lean into our church body to help make a huge impact for Christ right here in this community. I need you, and you need me. We're better together. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. Gene joining us from Rose Hill today. Always nice there in Rose Hill. Alan, how are you today? Good to see you. Miss Joy is up along with Margie. So many of you as we get this day underway. Let's see what is going on across America this morning as we wake up. One of our first stories that we go into, Powerball has not been won. It is up to $1.55 billion now. So I think it's been going on since July 19th. Wow. That was the big one back. It was $1.08 billion in July. This is huge. This is big. Somebody will win before it's over and done. And again, you can't win unless you try it. A lot of folks say, well, my odds are high. They are. But somebody will win that at some point. A lot of good could be done with it. Let's hope nothing bad. As we look at America this morning, of where we stand, what we do know is Israel has taken a strike over the weekend. Is everybody up to this? It kind of snuck up on me as I was doing this and doing that, and then realized the world theater, what was happening there. As we dig deeper into this, we see that Iran is most likely behind this. They helped plan the attack on Iran. What will be done? Well, we do have the USS Gerald Ford turning and headed in that direction. Let's do hope that the United States stands strong with Israel. 700 people are confirmed dead, 4 Americans that we know of. So we have lost blood with America. We'll see what is done from the administration, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, as this progresses there. We're very involved in Ukraine. We'll see what happens here. Scary. It certainly is. We're seeing here the death toll just keeps rising and rising with this. Let's see here. Biden being slammed for holding a barbecue while this is going on. No statement after the assault, but he did continue with this barbecue. Anyway, ships are headed in that direction. We'll see what becomes of it. And, of course, it's not, I think we all know that there are others that make these decisions, and he's informed of what's going on. I'm not much on cooking shows, so I'm at a loss when it comes to this, but I understand this guy was big. Michael Chiarello, 61, died after allergic reaction. He was a big-time chef, the American chef and TV host. That's sad. Hate that happened there. Let's see. We've got, this is, if something sounds too good to be true, as we've been told since we were children, the odds are it's probably not true. I'm not sure if y'all remember when COVID first started, there was a pastor that claimed he had a cure for it. He was selling it. He's been arrested. He's 65, and his 3 sons are going to be sentenced to 12 years in federal prison for selling bleach as the miracle cure for COVID. Busted. Off to jail. They made millions off of this. Again, when things break out, don't believe. And the bad part about that is it's a man of the cloth. You already have people that believe no matter what they say, they're telling the truth because of who they represent. Sometimes there's folks that aren't so good representing that. This is kind of funny I don't have one. Does anybody own an Alexa? You know, the little thing that sits there, that's round, and you talk to it and you tell it, turn on your lights or set an alarm or ask questions. Well, they ask it a question, and they're all scrambling trying to figure out how this happened. Someone in the news media said, who won the presidential election of 2020? And Alexa says, well, it was stolen by a massive amount of election fraud. Really, it said that. And I want to say it went into Rumble, said it. They're trying to explain to everyone how it happened. It probably won't happen this morning, but if you were to ask Alexa up until now, that's what it said. They don't want that out there, so that's being wiped away as quickly as they could make that happen this morning. We had a NASCAR fire yesterday. It burst into flames. Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s car burned. Oof. Bet your bottom dollar that was an expensive burn. That costs lots all the way around. Ask Alexa. Alexa, just ask Odie is what Bob said. Well, you could do that also. I think he's already said that. Alexa's just now catching up with Odie. We'll be right back with your forecast here in just a second. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. I was cutting off the fireplace. Odie was saying it was too warm for him. Took me a second to get back up here to the microphone. Let's get into our forecast now.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we look at today's record highs and record lows, anybody remember 1990? It was a warm 93 degrees today. 7 years later, the year 2000, it would be a cool 37 degrees when you woke up. 5 above that, we're what? No, well, 6. We're at 43 right now. As we look at what happens today, sunshine is predicted to be 80 as we glance across this and staying steady at that through Philadelphia as we get to Columbus and Starkville, about 79. When we get into the Delta, a little bit warmer there around Greenwood and down the Mississippi River to 82 at Vicksburg. Natchez at 82 as well. Brookhaven even warm at 83. It's all said and done on the coast as everybody's coming back from cruising the coast. As we glance at Alabama, a degree or so cooler as we cross that state line in Livingston 79 Demopolis. Birmingham 76 this morning as we get into Montgomery, still 79. So within a degree or two all the way across Mississippi and Alabama, not much difference there. As we see that the wildfire danger continues through tomorrow. Very serious, the Meridian area, including Newton and west and south, is all under an elevated threat. That's a level 2. Anything north of Meridian, the Lauderdale County line, and into Neshoba County is all a level 1. Both are bad, do not burn. I cannot tell you the amount of brush fires that have broke out from someone burning something or having a bonfire and it jumps out. We are way too dry to do this. So keep it in mind, don't do it, and they are writing tickets for this. There is a fine if you're caught burning during a burn ban. As we'll see this, it's cooler in Mississippi, but what is this in North Mississippi? It shows that over the next 6 to 10 days, it could be a little bit cooler there in the Delta. We'll watch it. Still cool weather all throughout Texas. You'd have to go all the way to nearly California to find some warmer weather there. We'll see that. As we see our 7 days, yet my radar still hovering at 79, the National Weather Service at 80. We're not going to fuss at each other over that one. As we look to tomorrow, 83 for a high. It'll be warmer. Now, you have to jump to Friday to get it hot again, but we've got cooler weather with the chances of rain. And as I mentioned, perfect for deer hunters as they scramble to get this in the ground before the rain gets here. 72 on Wednesday, a 30% chance of rain, as well as Thursday and Friday. So the odds are we'll get a little bit before it's all said and done. As we make our way to the weekend, again, just like this weekend, it was perfect. 73 and 70 is what we're looking for Saturday and Sunday. As we go another week, what is that I spy? Is it a 6? Yes, it is. Highs on the October 16th, 68. Look at those nighttime lows into the 40s we go. 67 on the 17th, 69 on the 18th, and then back into the 70s, but it's up and down. We are really getting into fall weather finally. And as you'll see, once we get to the 20th of the month, we've got several chances of rain once again back into the forecast. So a lot to be thankful for. It's finally coming around. I know a few of you want to plant some turnips. Got to get those in the ground. As we go to look at what's happening with the tropics, what is this over here? A 10% chance of this. Most likely will be rain up through here. We'll watch this. So this is near the Gulf. As we come off the coast of Africa, we've got another front that is starting there. An 80% chance of it becoming a tropical storm or worse. We'll watch it real close there. As we come across what's happening with the best fishing times today, well, here we go. A major time this morning at 9 o'clock if you want to be out through about 11. It'll be pretty good weather there. Late this afternoon, well, it'll be dark. 9:30. You've got another chance at 4:30 this minor, so your best time is this early morning, 9 o'clock. As we go to the wind, it looks like it'll be light southwest wind increasing 5 to 10 in the morning. So let's go ahead if we're going to talk about fishing and jump to the deer hunting times for this perfect day. Looks like your first major time is going to be around 8:20, so be in the woods by 8 o'clock if you're not already, until about 10:30. A little bit off. It's quicker than the fishing forecast. A second major time, again, right around 8:45 tonight, but you've got a slight chance this afternoon there. Second minor time around 3:50, right at 4 o'clock until 5. You got about an hour's worth of shot right before dark, minor. Again, the winds will be about the same there, but it's kind of how it looks toward the deer hunting side of things this morning there. Let's go to radar. We haven't shown radar this morning as to what is coming across the land. Let me pull that back up. make a few changes and come back over here. As we pull this up, it is absolutely clear as we go across this. A little bit of fog there near Alexandria, Louisiana. You got to go near Chattanooga, northern Georgia, and into the Carolinas, Asheville, these areas here to find fog. Kind of perfect weather there across the Twin States, so nothing to complain about whatsoever. Clock says it's 15 till. We'll be back live in about 10 minutes from now. Susan, how are you all the way from Chunky? We'll have some birthdays. I see a couple of those already listed. If you haven't gotten yours to us yet, do that. Odie's all prepared to try to figure out what my handwriting looks like. I'm telling you, that's tougher than you think. That was never. If y'all remember, I don't guess they do this now, but back in the day when I started first grade, what was that, 1975? They if you weren't very good at your handwriting, they used a letter for unsatisfactory. I got used in handwriting my entire life. I can sign my name. Outside of that, it's pretty bad. I should have been a doctor. Can't read them either, can you? We'll be right back as we prepare for a gorgeous Monday. It's October the 9th. Again, it's cool this morning, 42. Already 2 home fires that we'll tell you about, structure fires that have hit our area. We'll tell you about that beginning at the top of the hour. Don't rush off. Get that coffee and be back with us. We'll be here in just a moment. And I agree, Mark, prayers for Israel as we begin this day.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.